Hey guys, it's Saturday again, and I'm going to be going to Yum Cha in Hurstville, and then to a cafe in the Rocks and check out the markets in the area. So this is my first time going to this Yum Cha place, and this is a place that my brother recommended because you can take your pets as you can sit outside. So this is a first for me. Usually if you go Yum Cha, there's a trolley that goes around and you just pick the food that you want. So at this place, you order off the menu what you want. So I'm with my parents today and wife, and of course our family dog Sora. He's a Shiba Inu, just in case you guys were wondering. So we've ordered about 12 dishes today, and let's dig in. So the first dish that I'm trying is a meat roll wrapped in tofu skin. So these are steamed, and I can tell they're very fresh because I nearly burnt myself eating it. So this is one of my favorite dishes. It has a chewy texture for the outer skin, but it's full of flavor and juices when you bite into it. It's definitely worth trying. So this one is the steamed pork ribs with black bean, and it is absolutely delicious. It has a nice savory flavor to it, and it's just yum. So this one is another delicious item. It's a taro tart. It's deep fried taro encased in a flaky pastry with a nice sweetness and savory flavors. It has a meat filling, and it works very well. So this one is steamed rice noodle wrap with a barbecue pork inside and with a soy sauce dressing. It has a soft and chewy rice paper taste, but with a nice sweet flavor from the pork, but with a salty taste from the soy sauce. The other one that I'm eating is the same thing, except with a steamed prawn filling inside. Both are very delicious, and I would recommend to try. So this one is deep fried prawn wonton. This is a bit different than the usual ones I get at different Yum Chas because it's using the spring roll skin, but it's still very delicious, and I think I prefer it like this better. So this one is prawn ha gao. It's a dumpling with prawn wrapped in a thin wheat starch dough, but this one's not my favorite. I generally don't like this one even if I go to other Yum Cha places. So this one is just your standard chicken spring roll. It has a nice crispy bite and quite savory taste, full of chicken, vegetables in a nice pastry shell. So this one was the first time trying. It's a fried garlic chive pancake with prawn, and I was pleasantly surprised with this one. It was quite delicious. I thought it would be too chivey, but it's quite nice. It was a crispy texture with a savory flavor. So this is a classic shawmai with a nice savory mix of pork, shrimp, and mushroom, and it was very tender and flavorful with every bite. It also has a garnish of a bit of roe on top. So this one is another classic. It's a steamed barbecue pork bun. It was fresh and nice, soft and chewy, and the barbecue pork was not sweet but like just right, I think. So it was very delicious and worth a try. So this one was my favorite dish out of all the food that we had for lunch. This one was a black pepper short rib and it was very tender, had a slight sweetness, but very nice peppery taste, full of flavor. It's definitely worth getting. So overall, I would highly recommend trying out this place. I think everything was nice and definitely worth a try. So now we're on to our second destination, which is a cafe at the Rocks. It's going to be a dessert cafe, and let's go. So it's currently Vivid in Sydney right now. So basically this is a annual festival or show that Sydney has that displays a whole bunch of spectacular light installations. There's music and performances and a lot of food stalls that have a variety of specialties. So I'm pretty sure that this building will have a whole bunch of light work displays on it later tonight. So I'm currently walking towards the Rocks from Circular Quay. It's about a 5 to 10 minute walk, but it has one of the best views of the Opera House and Harbour Bridge. So you can actually walk to the Opera House from here, and you can also walk to the Harbour Bridge from here as well. So it's definitely worth checking out if you're visiting Sydney. So the cafe that we're going to is called the Belgian. It's just in the corner right here, and my parents recommended this one, so we're going with them to try it out. So I've decided to order a flat white coffee and a chocolate mud cake for dessert. So the chocolate mud cake was incredibly rich and chocolatey. It had a very dense but very moist texture, and it was an intense velvety chocolate flavor that melted in your mouth. It's definitely worth trying, and it was actually a very large size. So that's an affogato, and that was my flat white. So I'm just tasting the affogato, and I can tell you it was very strong, that coffee taste. But with the ice cream, it kind of balanced it out, but it's too strong for me. So I'm trying out my flat white now. I like to add about 1 tablespoon of sugar just to give it a bit of sweetness, because I don't like too bitter of a coffee. So this coffee was actually really good. It didn't have a burnt coffee taste, and it was smooth. Definitely worth trying. So my parents got a pancake with blueberry to share as well. So we're just adding a bit of maple syrup to it. So when I first took a bite of this one, I didn't know that the center was butter, and I just doused it with butter. So when I took my first bite, I was like, wow, this is so buttery. So I added more maple syrup to it this time, and then trying it, you get that standard nice sweetness with the maple syrup, but it's also a very fluffy pancake, so this was actually quite nice. So my wife told me that the hot chocolate was very creamy and rich. It had a silky smooth texture and a nice chocolate taste. It wasn't too sweet, or the chocolate wasn't too dark. It was like just right. So overall, I thought it was pretty good. I think it's nicer than Oliver Brown or Max Brenner. So if you're into desserts and you like those kind of places, this place is definitely worth a try. So for the rest of the video, we're just going to be walking through the Rocks area, particularly the market, and then walk back to the car heading through the Circular Quay Harbour area. So the weather has been pretty good today actually, because for the past couple of days this week it was pouring rain and we didn't get to go out much because of the rain. So my parents like to take Sora out, the family dog, to the city a lot. He travels way more than me around the city. He goes to so many different places and he's actually very popular. We always get stopped by people when we walk together because everyone wants to pet him, and he's actually really fluffy and soft. So the Rocks Market, it's actually open only on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. I think it's open from 10 AM to about 5 PM. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of food and like little items to have a look at or buy. So it's quite nice to come and check out. So I wanted to try a whole bunch of stuff, but because we had lunch first and then dessert, like I just couldn't do it. I was too full. But if I come back here next time, I will be trying a whole bunch of stuff. Just so you guys know, we're actually right under the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So the rocks is very close to the Harbour Bridge, and like you go up those stairs there and then you can actually walk across the bridge. So that's pretty much the end of the Rocks Market, and now we're just gonna head back to the car, but we're gonna take the scenic route back. So we're just gonna walk through the old Rocks area and then circle back to George Street, and then we're going to walk by the harbour area so we can get a nice view of the Harbour Bridge and Opera House. Usually this area is closed if there's a cruise ship, so we're kind of lucky today that there is no cruise ship, but seeing a cruise ship up close, it's pretty cool. Like, they're huge, so enjoy the view. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!